It's the first day of a new season. We are still at Institute, but I do have some stories to tell you. Well, a story to tell you about why that's the case, and we'll take you through the transfers we've done to try and improve this squad a little, and hopefully this year we won't start by losing our first 11 games. Okay, let's get going. Right, before we do anything else, I just want to say a massive congratulations to the Lionesses. You can just about see there the England badge. This is the only England shirt I could find. I did used to have another one. It appears to have disappeared. But yeah, had to wear this today. Never thought I'd see England win anything, ever. And it was pointed out to me that we did win the under-17s a few years back, but this is senior squad winning something, so means just so much more. Right, now on the screen you can see our transfer activity, which has been fairly minimal. I mean, this is the stuff that happened before the end of June, and Mark McFadden was the only one to leave us. Not bothered, never played him. And we brought in this lad, Matthew Skeet, who is a backup goalkeeper, who is just better than Muldoon and can sort of take up the slack while Sam Curry hopefully improves. And yeah, he's not going to push McKinnon for the starting spot, so McKinnon's not going to be bothered by him, and he was happy to be a backup. So we've got him for... why does that expire? Again, with the December endings on, I deliberately make it so that I don't have contracts end in December, and still somehow people end up signing with a contract ending in December. I do not understand how this happens. Anyway, he's here for a year and a half. Probably will naff off halfway through a season just when we need him, but you know, not bad, but not great. Just a bit of squad depth. Now, we have Cathal McGinty on loan. Sadly, can't afford the likes of this. I mean, we haven't got 20 grand to spend on someone, and we can't afford his wages even if we do. But we have got him on loan. We're paying nothing of those wages. He is decent. He's probably just about our best centre-back, although it does have him down as a central midfielder there, which he can play. But he's going to play centre back for us, and hopefully he'll just nudge our centre back pairing up a little notch. At the moment, he's being paired with Bradley Walsh, but we'll go into that when we look at the side for the opening day. Now, Daniel Agnew here, who we did actually pay cash for, £2 grand. He's on 10,000 a year, and he's not actually a starter. You won't be able to see it, but I've got a little file that tells me, sort of roughs out my squad for me. He's actually our backup Carrilero. As you can see there, I've agreed regular starter. I mean, he'll get a decent amount of games, because if Lynch plays badly or we get a lot of games in quick succession, Agnew will definitely come in. And you know, he's got plenty of potential, so he could well get it, and he's not that far off of Lynch anyway, so it's perfectly possible that he might actually just overtake him during the course of the season. And now I say that was before the end of June. Apparently this is after the season changes. I don't know what day it changes on, somewhere near the end of June, but apparently before the 27th and after the 24th, which kind of narrows it down. Anyway, on the outside, Shane Coyle, who's been here since I got here, and never used to play well when I put him in, and it continually tells me, oh, you don't want to let Shane Coyle go, he's really good. And the board apparently are upset with the finances in this loan deal, but it is only a loan deal. He's still our player. But yeah, I just don't need him clustering up the squad, to be honest. And Andrew Knowles went on a free. He was not under a proper contract. I tried to offer him a proper contract. He wanted to stay non-contract, so he went. I'm not bothered. And Neil Pascasio, who honestly I didn't even really notice had left, but he's been like a sort of. I mean, he's got allegedly a lot of potential, but he doesn't have a lot of actual talent. And quite frankly, I'm not really bothered at losing him. They're paying him 11 grand. There's no way we were paying him 11 grand. I don't know how much of that's taken off the wage bill, but it's not 11 grand. Now, what we have brought in is the Bissau Guinean Herculano Carvalho as a defensive midfielder. He's actually, I mean, deep line playmaker defend, which is the role we use in that slot. He's good at, I mean, his physicals are very good for our level, certainly for our team. And you can see he's better than Glenn Law, who was doing that position last season. So he, I hope, is going to become a good signing. He's obviously learning the role. So if we go to here, our tactical familiarity, he's not doing too bad. He needs obviously to learn the role itself, but he's getting there with everything else. So actually, that's a point. I've just suddenly noticed that we need to dip back to the cautious version, because we've been using the positive one throughout the pre-season. As you can see, it's gone quite well, but then I lined up an absolute smorgasbord of the worst teams imaginable, and we still conceded 5 goals. And this one, we were 2-1 down with an hour gone. I thought we were going to embarrass ourselves, but we came through in the end. Now, one little note on the friendlies. For some reason, and I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure it's not set up to let them do it, but someone went off and arranged 4 friendlies against, I think Fulham were one of them, Man City under 23s, and a couple of other sort of like Premier League / Championship sort of sides, or their under 23s. And I was like, okay, we'll fit them in. And then I had a quick look at it, and it was saying that these friendlies, between the 4 of them, were going to cost us £66,000 to put on, but they weren't going to bring in any income, because ultimately they were still teams that no one had any interest in us playing. So I cancelled them all. As a result, we actually still have some money in the bank, which we would not have if I'd let them pay these teams to come over and beat us, because most of them would have done. As you can see from here, we are a little bit over the wage budget, but not too much. And I've got, I mean, that's with putting all we had left on the transfer budget into there. So I mean, those 4 players I signed was basically it. I have been hunting around for a loanee at left midfield, because where is he? Barry McLaughlin is pretty much the only one really we've got there. Ryan Mackay is having to do the job for now because McLaughlin's out injured, and we have got, if I go to the transfers, it doesn't say anything about him, but I'm sure we have got someone coming in who can play left midfield when his contract expires at the end of December, and he will be a backup, and then hopefully we can put Mackay back and sort of like right wing. But it's nice to know Mackay's there as an option. Anyway, now I did promise you the story of why I'm still here, and I know there are those who don't like this team, and I myself am torn. Obviously I don't want to be here forever, but I'm kind of intrigued to see if we can start the season better, and how could we start it any worse. I want to see where this team can get to. Can we challenge for a top half place? Are we going to get a good cup run again? I mean, can you imagine what would have happened if we'd got into Europe? That could have been transformative for this squad, to be perfectly honest. But at the same time, I realise this is it's a journeyman save, so I can't stay in one place for too long because I'm supposed to travel around the world. So I have been looking at the occasional job. I applied for one in Cambodia with a team that, yes, I have heard of. They're called Naga World, which is actually a little too close to MAGA World, but we'll ignore American politics for the moment. And they turned me down straight out of the gate, but their process had finished apparently, which is a little annoying that it leaves the jobs on there, even though the game presumably knows that the interview process has finished and it's not going to let you do it. So why is the job available to apply for? Something to fix for the future, Sports Interactive. But we also applied for a job in Andorra. Now, I have managed in Andorra before on a previous version of the game. I think it was Football Manager 19 possibly, or Football Manager 20. I did very well. I won a couple of titles. I went unbeaten for an entire season. We got through a couple of rounds of European competition with the team I was at. And this was a team that I applied for the job for here called Athletic Descaldes. And I got a message, let's crack on with this, saying that they were interested in me, but Institute were asking for too much money if they wanted to hire me, and they were due too much compensation, which is kind of sweet. It's nice to know they value me enough to charge other people through the nose for my services. So I went to the Institute board and I said, look, would you be willing to lower your demands a bit? And they were sort of like, well, we don't really want to leave you, but okay, yeah, we will. If someone comes in for you, then we'll agree to however much. Then I got a story a couple of days after that, or a few days after that, saying, where are we? Let's get revenge on Crusaders. Saying that the board were disappointed in me because I'd asked them to sort of let me go, sort of thing. Ooh, just wide. And it was like, well, I spoke to you about it and you were fine about 2 days ago, so what's changed? And then I didn't hear anything for a while, but then I got a job interview. So I went for the job interview with Athletic Descaldes. And it seemed to be okay. The fans had laughed at me, apparently. And like I say, I went for the job interview, and then a week or so later, I didn't get offered it. So it was all for naught. We started reasonably brightly, he said, just talking a Crusaders goal into existence. Need to get some shots on target, lads. So I've looked at getting somewhere else, but at the moment we are here, and this is where we'll be trying our best. I am doing that coaching course, so hopefully my reputation will bump up a little bit, which will open up some more countries. Hello, Connor Quigley. Wow. He's only in the side because someone else is suspended, I think. I think Heaney's suspended, so, well, I mean, technically, Connor Quigley should be my first choice left back, but he never seems to play well. Is this the season he actually starts doing it for us? So yeah, I mean, we are looking at trying to move on, because like I said, I don't want to get stuck here forever. But I think if we can have a decent... Oh, Lynch, hello. We're 2-0 up. I in the right club? Wow, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Alright. This doesn't look like it's going to be our chance, does it? Oh, he's at the post. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Okay. Quigley. Oh, Lynch through. Well, he's taking it very wide. I don't know why you took it that wide, Lynch. Oh, Scannell, Lynch. No. Over. Flicked up off the crossbar, I think. Still haven't really got as many shots on target as I'd like, but we did score the 2 that we managed, so can't really complain too much, can I? Right. Doing well, but find another gear. I find it best never to tell this team that they're really doing very well, and you know, they just seem to take that as a cue to basically stop. Scannell. Now, you see, I'm expecting a bit more from Scannell this season. He wasn't great at the end of last season, but I think now he's basically up to speed. Oh my word, Walker. It's 3-0. Well, this is a turn up for the books. Hang on a second. Hang on. I just want to frame that. We are top of the league. I think by this point last season we were probably already bottom. Well, things sure have changed here on Walton's Mountain. Okay, I think we can give people some rest. Ryan Mackay needs a bit of a rest. Now, I put John Irvin on the bench. He's not really our left midfielder, but he can play it. So he's going to. I think actually I'm going to put McMullen on. I want him to get a bit more match practice. And we'll leave ourselves a sub just in case things go horribly wrong and someone gets crippled. Hey, look at that, 37 away fans. Loving every second of this, no doubt. Right, let's just kill the game off. Waste as much time as you can, boys. Anyone here who could do with a bit of match sharpness? Probably Glenn Law, actually. Carvalho's done well. He's got an assist. Well, we're not top of the league anymore, but only on alphabetical order, I think, at the moment. And if we can grab a goal here, who knows? We might get back there. Lynch, Scannell, McMullen. Oh, McMullen! Oh, the substitute. 4-0. Well, I'm in shock. I cannot believe we just won that 4-0. I mean, they out XG'd us. I mean, we had an XG of 0.7. We should have got less than a goal, and we scored 4. I mean, to be fair, they only had 3 shots on target in the entire game. So, yeah, I mean, that was about as good a win as you're likely to see. I'm prepared to say that to you today, boys. And we are top of the league. I mean, do you think they'll accept a petition to finish now? I mean, that would put us in the Champions League. I mean, not the group stages, obviously. I mean, you know, a couple of months before the group stages. But that was frankly amazing. Right. if I was you, Sunshine, I would panic, because if you just lost 4-0 at home to us. So, well, we can definitely say it was a better start than last season, can't we? And sorry, I'm going to have to stop looking at that table. Right, now we've got the Irish League Cup second round, but I don't think we'll bore you with that. We'll get a bit into the season. If we get a round or two into the League Cup, we might come back for that. So at the moment, I'm not entirely sure when we'll be back, but we'll get several games into the season, I think. Put our foot down and try and continue this. I mean, I know it's only one game, but it is an amazing start still. I mean, look at that. Team cohesion, club atmosphere. The players actually support me. Could this be the season where Managing Institute starts becoming fun? Fingers crossed, eh? Well, anyway, thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever. Yeah, we will be back probably in a couple of months' time, and see if this good start has crumbled or become the rock upon which our season will be built. So yeah, until then, again, thank you for joining me. Come on, you Lionesses, and goodbye.